Thanks so much for joining us again, Congressman.
Happy to be here.
So Secretary of State Antony Blinken today, he said of China, quote, that it's irresponsible, disruptive and destabilizing behavior in cyberspace, which poses a major threat to our economic and national security. We're so often focused on the cyber threat coming from Russia and Eastern Europe. What was your reaction to the information revealed publicly today on the threat coming from China?
Well, it wasn't a surprise. We've known for a long time on Homeland Security that China is one of the worst offenders when it comes to cyber attacks, and they're a direct threat to the very economic stability and the security of our country. So Blinken's words were strong and they were needed, but we have to follow up in this country with action. If we don't follow up with action, we're a paper tiger, and China's going to walk all over us like they have been doing. And bad guys only understand strength. If we don't respond with sanctions and strong punitive actions instead of just words, China's going to continue to run roughshod over us on the cyberspace, which would be catastrophic.
Bad guys don't understand strength. Really interesting point there. Officials pointed to more direct state-sponsored backing of these hacking operations from China than we often see coming from actors in Russia. How do you see these threats from both countries differing in both their intent and how they're carried out?
Well, you see in Russia, a lot of times it's not so much the state itself doing the attack, but basically state-sanctioned cyber groups that are within Russia operating with impunity. And they're just as bad as if the state was doing them themselves, in my opinion. In China, much of it's a state-sponsored and state acts are actually doing it. And we know that appears to be the case with respect to Microsoft. So we sent strong signals to Russia. Why are we not cracking down on China? Why are we not looking at them saying, you know, you want to be looked at as a world leader? You're having the Olympics there. Yeah, you're engaged in these catastrophic cyber attacks, and you're also engaged in genocide of your own people, the Uyghurs, the northwestern province, 1 to 3 million people. And, you know, it's acknowledged that they're engaged in genocide. Why are we tiptoeing around the bad actions, the terribly bad actions of China? It doesn't make sense to me.
And beyond the indictments of these 4 Chinese nationals, the U.S. and our allies who joined in the statement did not announce any actions such as sanctions on China. What do you think that the White House and Congress needs to do in order to address this threat?
They need to put teeth into things. They need to sit there and perhaps put everything on the table, up to and including the Olympics. The Olympics, not just for the cyber attacks, but for the genocide they're committing. We can't be doing business with irresponsible people on a world stage like China if they're going to continue to act like this. And we certainly can't turn a blind eye to what they're doing. We need to curb their conduct. We need to counter their conduct. And we need to compete against them and make sure that they don't continue to act like they have been acting.